present here. I hope I'm all audible to you all.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you can do it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. So, first of all, welcome to our Factual Friday again. And I am Bidushree Bandari, and along with me, we have our co-host, Ayeesha, and we both are the nutritionists here. Hi, Ayeesha.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, Bidushree.
Hi. So I hope all of you are all excited about our Factual Friday. We are coming back after a long time. I hope you're all excited. And today we are going to have a very interesting topic, and that is basically about to make the right choice, eat healthy and staying fit. So before I go forward, first things first is about your interpretations, right? So all of you, we have interpretations for all the languages present, that is Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, and Bengali, and Malayalam. So for accessing that, please go to the bottommost line at your screen. If you're logging in through the laptop, you can get to see an interpretation icon here, the globe icon. Click on that and you will be getting these options. First, mute the original audio, that is English, and then you can go in for choosing any of your selective languages. Okay. Now, if you're logging in through the phone, then you will have 3 dots at the corner of your icon. So click on that. You will be getting the language interpretation. Again, click mute for your original audio to mute the English version. And then you can go in for selecting the languages you prefer. I hope I'm clear for all of you. And since we are going to start this session, you can keep putting your questions in the chat box, and by the end of the session, we would be taking it up. So first of all, no photography and no videography, as you all know, the mandates of the session. And today we are going to start with eating right. I would want to know from Ayeesha as to why is there a need to eat right?
Of course, Bidushree. Hello, everyone, again. So today, as per our today's topic, which is to, make right choice, eat right, stay fit. So one of the most important components that we will be discussing about is eat right. So when we talk about eat right, first of all, when we talk about eating these days, we eat just for the sake of it. We don't really focus on how good the quality of food that we are eating is. Simply because we are busy, we are working, we don't have the time, we have so much to do in a given day. 24 hours is just not enough for us. So there is hardly any time for us to also focus on food. So what happened? That's one of the cases. And even when we are dieting, some people also make conscious efforts. I'm not saying everyone just eats for the sake of it, but people do make conscious efforts trying to lose weight, trying to get on a diet. But what do? What's the most the basic mistake that they do is they cut down on certain nutrients to lose weight, right? So that is also not right. So when that happens, we land up piling on a lot of weight. We land up eating in wrong proportion. So when we are talking about eat right, eating in right proportion is very, very important. Okay, so when somebody goes on a lunch, right, when they eat normal food, say food which is rich in carbs or rich in sugar or rich in fats, which they don't really concentrate on at times, they after eating food, they need some stimuli. They need some stimuli. They start looking for a chai, they start looking for a coffee, they start looking for something hot to keep them awake. Food is supposed to, or it's meant to keep you more energetic, not make you feel the reverse of it, where we start looking for stimuli like this, right? So that's when your food is in a wrong proportion. Okay, and you need to mostly concentrate on nutrient dense food. When I say nutrient dense food, whatever you eat, no matter what it is, right, it should be rich in proteins, vegetables, fruit vegetables, which is like more fiber. Fruits also provides you fiber, whole grains giving you carbs, and lean proteins and beans giving you protein intake, right? So those are the key nutrients that you need to take in control. So here these days, because of the kind of lifestyle that we've been leading, nutrients dense food is far from reach, I would say. So there is a need to supplement because of the lack of balance of nutrients from a particular food or a particular meal. The need to supplement arises here. So either that way or this way, make sure you are supplying your body adequate amount of nutrients. So when you do so, that means you are eating nutrient dense food over a calorie dense food, which is just filled with your one particular type of nutrient, which could either be largely coming from carbs, largely coming from fats, largely coming from sugar, salt, all of these things, right? Which will definitely have an impact on your weight. So that's about eating right. So eating right, we all know diet has 80% of the role to play. But what about rest of the things? There are other added factors also. So Bidushree, she herself being a fitness enthusiast, will be able to better help us understand about healthy lifestyle. What are the other important things that we would need? Go ahead, Bindu. Bindu, you're on mute.
Yes. Yeah, now I'm fine. Okay, so yes, Ayeesha. So basically, eating right is a very healthy lifestyle, and I totally agree. It plays a very important. It takes a major portion of our routine as well. But along with that, where eating right is a branch of it. Apart from that, the next parts of it is your exercise. Exercise, though people say it is just 20% of of a healthier lifestyle or a weight loss routine or any routine of that matter, it still plays a very important role. At least exercise per week, making it at least 30 to 40 minutes, or even a full hour of exercise. A good quality exercise plays a very important role. Now, along with exercise, we also have our stress management. Now, our hectic lifestyles and our surroundings are enough. Our work and family and even peer pressures, comparing ourselves with others, that itself puts us in a lot. So reducing that stress is also very important. Sometimes we take stress that, okay, our weight is not coming down despite of so many things. We stress up on even the smallest to the biggest things. Even that has a negative impact on our health. So when you're exercising, something called as endorphins or your happy hormones is being released by the system. So that also exercises will help in reducing our stress also. Along with the stress management, another part is our socialization, where here we mean is hanging out with or meeting people of the same goal. If you're having people around you who have the same goal as you, that will make you, seeing them, we will stay motivated towards our goals. We will see to it that, okay, he is also doing it, I can do it that way, I can do better, I can see to it that I can come up to that level. So we are pushing ourselves when we see our people do it, when we see our people do the right thing. Along with all of these is our sleep. Sleep is the most neglected factor, and this is the most important factor. We are doing everything throughout the day, but if you're not giving adequate rest in the night, it's not going to work out. At least 6 to 8 hours of good quality sleep is very important when it comes to a weight loss routine or any healthy lifestyle. So these 4 parameters are extremely important. And this is exactly what we guide in Herbalife, the global nutrition philosophy that we follow. That is the eating right part, including all your vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, hydration, rest, exercises. Everything is being included in our global nutrition philosophy in the right proportion. And this is where it will be helping us. So, Aisha, we've been speaking about a healthy meal, about eating right. Could you shed some light on what exactly a healthy meal should provide?
Sure. So sometime back, I just mentioned, Bidushree, that a healthy meal, when you eat, so when you eat any meal for that matter, you should feel more energized, right? So when
Correct.
will you feel more energized? When your meal is complete. When I say complete, it needs to have good amount of protein, carbohydrate, vitamin, minerals, and fluids. A simple thing here I would like to add is, so we know that body is not just body weight cannot be measured by just fatness or fitness, right? So here our body comprises of, like all of us are aware of it, our body comprises of lean protein mass. It comprises of hair, skin, bones, joints, all of these things. So to support for all of the the processes that's happening in our body, we need adequate nutrition. And say for example, the we do have a good proportion of fat also in our body. Now for example, if I consider fat to be like a cotton, which is more lighter, and protein or a muscle to be equivalent of an iron. So when somebody does not eat right, the cotton space gets occupied. So which means cotton being more lighter takes up more space. So when somebody is not eating right, when somebody is taking more of fat, the space which is occupied by the cotton is more. So likewise, when somebody is taking adequate amount of protein, the muscle, which is equivalent to say iron, lesser amount of space is required to make it more denser, which will further make you look more leaner and toner. So that way, to maintain these the aesthetics of your body, it's important for you to have a healthy meal comprising of a protein, comprising of good fats, comprising of complex carbs, which is mostly coming from your fiber, right? Mostly coming from your whole grains, all of these, which will provide a primary source of energy for you, because without which you will not be able to even move a bit further, right? You need that level of fuel, you need that energy coming in from carbs. Fat, as we all know, is very, very, very important. You cannot neglect on fat, because good fat is required for absorption of a lot of fat soluble vitamins. If you're taking vitamin A, vitamin D, C, vitamin E and K, it does not get absorbed by the body unless and until you don't ingest some good fats, right? Vitamins and minerals, again, no metabolism, none of the body processes giving us the basic energy won't be possible without vitamins and minerals, even if you're ingesting carbs, right? The last point I would add on to the fluid part is, the healthy meal part is on fluids. How essential fluids are. It helps in, transporting your nutrients. You say you've ingested something. If there is nobody to take it from one point to another point, which is mostly your fluid, comprising of your blood and various other things in the body, the lymphatic system, everything put together, right? If these fluids are not present in the body, the nutrients won't reach the area of function, right? So your healthy meal should comprise of all of these nutrients, and everything has is interconnected and has an important role to play in our body.
Okay, so that's really great, Aisha. But the thing is, so now if I'm having a healthy meal, how do I manage my daily calories then? How do I know I'm managing my daily calories?
Okay, so before I start explaining you about calories, Bidushree, so I would just, to our audience here. So imagine your body is like a car that runs even when it is parked. Okay, just as a car needs fuel to keep the engine running, right? Your body also equally needs energy to keep its basic functioning. What could be the basic functions? Like breathing, like circulation, like for our cells to produce energy, which I just mentioned. Now think of it as a number of calories your body burns when you're completely at rest. So your body, even when you're not doing anything, okay, you're just sleeping, your body still needs that fuel to function. Okay, so let's say BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. Okay, that is like a fuel for your engine, car engine. So say for example, when you are at rest, when your car is at rest, your engine might still need a little bit of fuel, not much, but little bit of fuel to keep idling. Okay, even when you're not driving. So when you start driving, for example, when you start performing all the day-to-day activities like walking, working, exercising, all of these, that means you're driving your car. You need that extra boost of energy, right? You need that extra calories to maintain it. So this basal metabolic rate here is nothing but is the amount of calories that your body is utilizing to work when it is at rest. Okay, so that is your BMR, and that is how the calories would be needed by our body. Now when somebody is trying to lose weight, right, so what happens when somebody is trying to lose weight? We always say, please eat less and expend more. That is, the intake of calories should be less, and the expenditure, the burning of calories should be more here. Now, if you're, say for example, basal metabolic rate, the fuel for different cars is different. The engine, the petrol capacity is different. A Santro would need, has a smaller tank, and likewise, XUV will have a bigger tank. Just like that, your basal metabolic rate is also different for different people, based on the activity, based on their body type, everything. So here I will take an example of somebody who requires an energy of, which is the calories of 1800. Okay, so that is a basal metabolic rate of this particular person. Now if he has to lose weight, what should he do? He needs to burn the calories, okay, or he needs to eat less. Now I will ask this person to eat about, say, less to minus eat a calories of about 1500, that's it. Okay, and expend 200 calories through exercise. So when he or she burns 200 calories through exercise and has minus, say, good 300 calories from the, through the diet, that means they are cutting down on 500 kilocalories. So the calorie intake, input is basically reducing and the output is increasing here. The expenditure is more over the intake. Then the person will be able to lose some amount of weight, provided they are consistent, provided they also follow the eat right or eat in correct proportion, which includes your protein, fat, everything. It's not like you're just taking calories. The calories can come in from anywhere. It can come in from fat, sugar, salt. No, it has to be quality meal when I talk about intake of calories. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's very good examples, Ayeesha. And this is exactly like, how we are opening our wallet. So we think twice when we are spending money on certain things to buy certain things. The same way, we should think twice on spending our calories as well. So basically, like just how you mentioned, quality over quantity, eating the right or choosing the right kind of foods and the right proportion of it is very important. Along with that, spending calories in the right form of exercise is very important, just like how we spend our money. Very well, Ayeesha. So I have one more question actually. So my main concern is like, can we meet our daily protein requirement using a vegetarian diet?
Okay. So see what a vegetarian diet is. So vegetarian diet mostly comprises of your whole grains, your protein sources coming from dairy products, which would include paneer, curd, milk, right? Other than that, there is dals, lentils, so many other protein sources coming from these category. So having said that, right, a vegetarian can definitely achieve his or her protein requirement. But again, the kind of source, the quality of protein included in the diet highly matters. Okay. So apart from that, another most important point would be some vegetarians, they say they're consuming protein intake, but they should also look at the protein assimilation, protein absorption in the body. That will happen only when you have some amount of activity. If you're sitting for so long period of time and you ingest protein and you're not moving about, you're not active, you're not exercising, even if you are a vegetarian, eating good quality vegetarian sources and not exercising, you won't be able to absorb the protein intake. So these two important factors are very, very, essential here. So the quality of protein and exercise or physical activity.
Recording in progress.
Right? If those two things are right, then a vegetarian will definitely be able to meet his daily protein intake. So what best than a high quality protein like soya, right? Do you agree, Bidushree?
Definitely, yes. Definitely.
Yeah. So soya is an essential, complete amino acid pool with all the essential amino acids. Whereas if you see ingredients like dals, like chana or moong, right? They do have amino acids, but some of the other amino acids are missing in them. Only when you combine it with other foods, it becomes complete. Here, soya is stand-alone ingredient, which has essential amino acids, right? Which can still give you the protein and help you absorb when just ingested alone.
That's fantastic, Ayeesha. And based on that itself, we have actually done our perfect combination. So as you all know, with our flavors of Formula 1, when you mix it with personalized protein powder and shake mate, you're using soya as your major component there as your protein source. And that is how we are meeting our protein requirements through our daily intake of shakes. And I hope all of you have tried out our new flavor, the pan flavor. Please put a thumbs up if you have done it over the chats. I'm so excited to see how many of you have tried. And those of you who have not tried the pan flavor, please do try it. It is amazing. It's now become my personal favorite and many of our personal favorites. So please do try it. And yes, please put a thumbs up if you have tried it as well. We will be checking out in the chats later on as well. Now, like how Ayeesha clearly mentioned, eating the right kind of food in the right quantities. Our Formula 1 combination, when taken in combination with the shake mate, with the PPP, they are all a perfect balance. Correct? Your Formula 1 is giving a high quality protein when it is mixed with your PPP and shake mate. It contains your dietary fiber, like how Ayeesha had mentioned, coming through your fruits and vegetables. It contains your vitamins and minerals. This itself is giving you a complete meal. And that is what is very important. So you're making the quality of your meal proper or appropriate using our shakes as well.
So, but Bindu, so a lot of people, right, they lose good amount of weight. But then again, reach a plateau. They keep complaining about my weight is stuck. What's happening? How does one overcome this?
So that's a very good question, Ayeesha. And in a weight loss routine also, whenever you're on a weight loss journey, weight getting stuck is very normal. So that is something what we call as the weight plateau, where despite of so many, despite of having a good weight loss for say 3 to 4 months together and you're getting stuck. And this happens because of a metabolism change, right? So this can be mainly overcome by several parameters. When I said about healthy lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle aspects play a major role here. Like you mentioned, proper eating pattern, right? So a balanced diet, modulating or modifying our diet even better, making it a higher in protein or changing our carb source or fiber, improving on all of those factors would help a lot. When you're doing this change, your weight also shifts, your body gets a difference. When you're changing your exercise, we have come across a lot of questions where, weight is getting stuck, but the routine of exercise is the same. Changing your exercise routine, making a proper combination of including even strength training, it is very, very helpful in giving that change to the body. And when the body gets that change, it will start responding better to the weight loss journey. Along with that, your hydration. So hydration is also very important. Majority of us are mainly sitting in the AC rooms or not heading out, or even if you're going out, we're not drinking adequate amount of water. We have some of our products also aid in hydration. So at least making sure we are hydrating ourselves, keeping at least 3.5, 4 liters during summers, or at least 3.5 liters even when it is going to be winters right now. So at least making sure our hydration is also very important. And as I mentioned, our sleep, 7 to 8 hours, or if not 7, at least 6 hours of a good quality sleep would help a lot with our weight. Also, please make sure, we have to also be careful. If you're taking the shake for dinner, at least keeping a gap of 2.5, 3 hours before we go to bed is very important. It should not be like, we are sleeping extremely late. We are not going to be energetic when we get up in the morning. When we are getting up in the morning, we should be energetic. Our body should give that sign that we are well rested. And our gut, like you rightly said, whether the protein is getting absorbed by the body. In the same way, this is mainly happening through our gut. The absorption through the gut, the assimilation of nutrients is through the gut. And Ayeesha, no one better than you who can explain this about the gut. Ayeesha? Ayeesha, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, so I was saying that so when people are talking about weight loss plateau, you need to consider looking at how bloated you are. Sometimes it's just the bloating and not the fat, not the weight. Okay, so that's a clear indicator, saying that your digestive health needs to be improved. And there are several ways to improve because of the kind of lifestyle that we lead into, because we don't eat right at times, which I have clearly mentioned, and you have mentioned about rest, sleep, exercise, right? When this goes imbalanced, the gut bacteria, the healthy bacteria also imbalance, causing digestive issues, causing a lot of bloating, making us be more prone to sweet cravings. All of us love sweet, but that craving kind of increases. So all of this needs to be balanced. For that, you have to maintain your digestive health. It could simply be maintained using adding in a boost of probiotic to your diet, or adding in good amount of fiber to your diet. Okay, it also requires cleansing of your gut, cleansing of your digestive system through aloe concentrate, or which can in turn help in absorption of nutrients. So all of these put together, be it aloe, fiber, probiotic, right, they work in conjunction to support your digestive system, which will help in nutrient absorption. So if you are eating, you are meeting the demands of nutrients, but it's not getting absorbed simply because your digestive system is not in place, right? So with that, when we say the digestive system needs to be intact, when we're talking about food, when we're talking about staying active, another most important nutrient, or a combination of nutrients called antioxidants, right, is another important thing which plays a very crucial role in helping us stay fit, stay healthy. So Bidushree, can you please throw some light over this, how it can help us and how we're benefiting out of antioxidants?
Yes, so definitely, Ayeesha. So basically, antioxidants are one of those nutrients that is coming in through your fruits as well, fruits and vegetables as well, correct? So now what is happening? Now we are exposed, we are all going out, we are all, one way or the other, we are getting the polluted, polluted particles from our environment, from our
प्रदूषित particles से जुड़ जाते हैं.
Unhealthy eating pattern through an irregular lifestyle, all of these are causing the formation of free radicals. Now, these are highly unstable components which attack our body, and they would be seeing to it that they are damaging our skin cells or damaging our cells to make it stable. So now what happens is when this process occurs, when a free radical is attacked by the is attacking a normal healthy cell, that also damages the normal healthy cell and makes it ineffective, or it harms the cell. So the cell functioning does not happen. And how we can prevent it is by our favorite cell activator. Now, the cell activator, what it does is it has a component called as the alpha lipoic acid, which is an antioxidant. So this combines with the free radical, makes it stable and prevents it from attacking any normal or healthy cell. And that way it protects our body. So when we are doing this, it's as basic as, how all the time we say, before you go out under the sun, put sunscreen. All of these. So you're giving a protective layer for your skin against the sun rays. That is also, from there also you're getting, that is because it is giving that protection layer is to avoid the aging factor and to prevent the the free radical effect on the skin. Correct. In the same way, the cell activator protects all your cells. That is one thing. And this is how it protects us from the pollution or from all the external, impurities that would damage our cells also. Now, one main thing of this is it's both water and fat soluble. So the cell activators are easily absorbed by the body and it is easily utilized. It's not just about, eating the capsule. It is also about making sure that it is being utilized by the body. And that is where it would work. Wow. So, Ayeesha, now that we have spoken a lot about food, now we have a lot of festivals coming in the next few months, starting from the end of this month, from the south, Onam, to the north, even Janmashtami, to Ganesh Chaturthi, and all of this. And all of us want to stay fit. I hope everyone in the audience also. But how do we maintain, going out and eating? We cannot avoid it also, but how can we maintain it?
I'm sure none of us can avoid none of us can avoid some favorite treats and savories, right? So yes. What I would say or suggest our audience here is to enjoy, to be very mindful about what they eat, savor each bite. Okay, there's no need to completely restrict. If you restrict, you're psychologically putting in a pressure which will further make you indulge in it. So enjoy small treats, make sure you chew it thoroughly and try to recognize when you're satisfied. Okay, when you chew it slowly and appreciate the taste of it, savor the taste of it, you will be able to also stop at a right point. Okay, rather than pressurizing and later indulging in more. Okay, but just a small fact here. Did you know how much calories does it take to burn after having 2 glasses of soft drink? So let me tell you, it takes about, exercise it takes, right? It takes about 20 minutes of exercise to burn 2 glasses of soft drinks. Okay, now that being said, if you're having a large meal, which is inclusive of a burger, fries, ketchup, all of these put together, it takes 2 hours of exercises, 2 hours of exercises to simply burn this kind of meal. Okay, I'm not ready to take the huge risk. So let me just enjoy it in small bits. Agreed, Bindu?
So true. I totally agree with you, Ayeesha. Seeing this 2 hours of exercise, I'm only skeptical that, should I be having that much also? But yes, I've also heard one more thing as to, after doing our workout, within 30 minutes itself, we should be taking a good source of protein. So what do you say about that?
Okay. So see, exercise is something, When we exercise, we all know we want to look, younger and fitter through exercise. But sometimes if we do not fuel our body right after exercise, we won't be able to benefit out of that particular exercise that we've done. And there is a certain time frame. So between you can take a look at the graph here. There is 0 minute, from the 0 to 45 minutes, right? That's the time frame when a lot of building up happens. So it's as basic as this. When you exercise or when you invest in something, you expect returns, right? So investing is nothing but you're exercising here. But if you will not get returns, fruitful returns, when you don't take a good post-workout meal. And having said this, the post-workout meal also requires a time frame. Now, if you see here in the graph, on the vertical side, which is the protein utilization capacity, is at the 100% capacity, starting from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Right? You can see that flat line there on top, which is between 15 corresponding to 15 to 30 minutes. That's the maximum capacity when the protein is getting utilized by our body. When if you don't fuel here at the right time, right, your body is going to start breaking down necessary nutrients which is required to be preserved in our body. So we don't want to take a chance of that. So it's better to fuel at this point in time, which is anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes is a max period. 15 to 30 is an ideal period, right? And this needs to be fueled by a good quality protein. It cannot be a protein which has just a few amino acids and not a complete pool, right? So along with this protein utilization, it is necessary to bring in little amount of carbs. After exercise, you don't require too much carbs, not as much as protein, but you do require carbohydrates so that the protein gets utilized. It's like the friend along with the protein, which can take the protein to a destination site. Right? So without the carbs, the protein will not be able to reach the destination sites where it needs to work on. Okay. So yeah, with this, what happens is, the requirement for protein increases, and the best thing to rebuild during this phase is none other than our rebuild product, H24 Rebuild, which gives you not just protein, easily digestible protein, but also gives you the right amount of carbs, right amount of other essential amino acids, which in combination can help you preserve the muscle mass, build up on the muscle mass, right? And the ultimate outcome would be that you would be benefiting the most out of exercise to make yourself look more younger, stronger, and smarter, right? Yeah.
That's true. And that's what we all want.
Yes. So we've spoken about the post-workout meal, right? Be it post-workout, or be it for digestion, be it for, to get your weight loss, to break your weight loss plateau. A very important factor all throughout is your hydration. Even if 1 to 2% of your hydration gets affected, your body will not be able to absorb those nutrients. Your body will not be able to, perform properly during exercise. So it's that hydration is also like a fuel to get you to exercise, right? If you move ahead without a fuel, you won't be moving ahead as expected. So you won't be able to exercise as expected if you don't hydrate properly. So hydration is necessary, be it pre-workout or be it throughout the day. And again, hydrate. Our Herbalife 24 Hydrate is what can help you balance those electrolytes coming from this by hydrate, providing us the necessary vitamins, minerals, sodium, potassium, all the electrolytes in balance ratio, also mixed in water, giving you the extra boost of hydration, right? So who wouldn't want to miss out on this level of hydration to fuel, to get started or to kick started for the right exercise, right, Bidushree?
That's true. And this is something that I take on a daily basis, especially when I know I'm not able to, even I skip a small bottle of water. Sometimes I make sure at least one time I hydrate, I do take it. So at least my hydration is met that way.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite too, Bindu.
That's great. So yes, so Ayeesha, I've heard, all of this I'm sure everyone would have would love to know more about nutrition and lifestyle. So is there any place where we can refer to for every one of us?
Definitely, Bindu. There is so much about nutrition, and nutrition is just a never-ending topic. So our associates also keep learning about nutrition on a day-to-day basis. And the best platform for this would be our H and Grow app, which is available on Play Store and App Store for you to download. And the Android users can right away use the scan code, which is being displayed on the screen to download, right? So this app, there are simple steps to access this app. Bindu, please take over.
Yes. So I hope, first of all of you have scanned the QR code, and here are your steps. This is how it's going to show on your App Store or on the Play Store. This is your H and Grow logo. Now, here you can, once you open the app, you will be getting an option for Asia Pacific. You can choose whether you want the app in Hindi or English. Yes, team, the app is also in Hindi, so you can definitely choose that also. So once you choose your selected language, you can sign in using your Herbalife username and Herbalife password. And you can check our module of nutrition and lifestyle. The highlighted bracket is of the nutrition and lifestyle module, where you'll have 8 modules of all the parameters that we have spoken today. Also, you also will be having talks given by our dignitaries, by our higher dignitaries on different aspects on your protein, fiber, how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So please don't miss out on it. Make sure you're scanning the code and downloading the app, and check the module very soon. Now, coming to, almost to the end of this session, I can see a lot of questions here. So Ayeesha, why don't we take a few questions for the next few minutes?
Sure. So while we are taking these questions, you can also keep entering your any questions that if you are interested, getting an answer for right away.
Yes. Also, one more thing.
Since the time is limited, we won't be able to take in all the questions. We'll be able to address about 1 or 2 questions for today. But you can also reach out to us anytime, and we will be able to provide the answer for that.
Definitely. Yes, team. Make sure you're putting your questions, and you can also connect to us later as well through the customer support as well. Also, we have shared a link where your feedback would be really, really helpful for us. And we would love to see you all again very soon, maybe sometime this month. So it's a surprise and a very new topic as well. So please don't miss out on sharing your feedback on the link as well. So Ayeesha, let's take up one question at least, since we have another 2 minutes, I guess.
Sure, Bidushree.
Okay, so I've got one question that I've seen is about our caffeine intake. So I've got a question stating that, how many times of Fresh can we take, and is it a lot of caffeine coming in? So what are your inputs?
So yeah, Fresh gives you only about 40 milligrams of caffeine in it, right? So with that being said, the recommended dosage will be just about, say, 3 servings of Fresh, and with that 3 servings, and maybe also along with our herbal control, which is providing about 82 milligrams of caffeine, 2 servings of that. Both of this put together will give you 284 mg of caffeine. Now, the required daily allowance, which is the recommended intake for caffeine, is 300 mg in any given day, right? So we are well within the recommended range. So it's absolutely fine to have, provided you're taking as directed on the label, right? So 3 servings, 40 mg of caffeine from Fresh, and 2 servings of 82 mg of caffeine from Herbal Control, both put together to 84 mg of caffeine. right?
Wow, that's great. That's great. And we are following within the RDA, so that's even more fantastic. Now, all of you who have asked the same question, so I hope you know that you don't have any tension. You can take it within the values that we have recommended. So it was lovely meeting you all this Factual Friday, and stay tuned for our next session. But I hope all of you have shared your feedback as well. So have a great weekend. It's a long weekend, so have a great weekend and stay tuned for more. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ayeesha.
Please give in your valuable feedback. Thank you.
Recording stopped.